Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're pulling back the curtain on the shocking downfalls of celebrities who traded the spotlight for a prison sentence. These once bright stars now find themselves behind cold steel bars, serving time for crimes that stunned the world. Drop a 1 in the comments and join us as we uncover the stories of fame, fortune, and the fateful choices that led to their downfall. Harvey Weinstein, the disgraced film producer whose predatory behavior ignited the Me Too movement, received an additional 16-year prison sentence in Los Angeles, adding to the 23-year term he is already serving in New York for sexual abuse and assault. In December 2019, a Los Angeles jury convicted Weinstein of molesting and sexually assaulting a woman identified as Jane Doe 1. Her powerful testimony highlighted the profound trauma she endured, stressing that no sentence could ever fully undo the damage inflicted upon her. Throughout the trial, Weinstein's defense team relied on sexist tactics, attempting to discredit the victims with demeaning arguments. In a particularly shocking move, they insulted Jennifer Siebel Newsom, an actress and wife of California Governor Gavin Newsom, dismissing her as a shallow woman in an effort to undermine the Me Too movement. Despite Weinstein's pleas for leniency, in which he portrayed himself as a frail, 70-year-old man in declining health while highlighting his contributions to the film industry, the court remained resolute. His sentencing not only provided a sense of justice for his victims, but also reinforced the broader reckoning with power, abuse, and sexism in Hollywood and beyond. Rising to fame in the late 1990s under the stage name Big Lurch, he struggled to gain traction after his debut album failed to make an impact. His challenges worsened when he was struck by a drunk driver, leaving him with a broken neck. In an attempt to manage the pain and cope with his career setbacks, he turned to PCP. However, what began as a means of relief spiraled into a severe addiction. Consumed by the drug, he stopped eating and drinking, plunging deeper into hallucinations and completely losing touch with reality. While under the influence of PCP, he became delusional, convinced that demons were residing in his roommate's stomach. At 6 feet 7 inches, Singleton towered over his 21-year-old roommate, leaving her defenseless against his brutal attack, which ultimately took her life. The drugs he consumed played a pivotal role in the horrific crime. When authorities arrived, he appeared completely unhinged, seemingly unaware of the gruesome act he had just committed. In November 2003, Big Lurch was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole due to the severity of his actions. He was denied an insanity plea, as his drug use was deemed voluntary. Jim Gordon was a highly regarded drummer in blues and rock, celebrated for his work with legends like Eric Clapton and Alice Cooper. Yet behind the fame, he battled a relentless, unseen enemy, schizophrenia. Tormented by auditory hallucinations, including the persistent voice of his mother, he struggled to find help, but was tragically misdiagnosed with alcoholism. As his untreated condition worsened, psychosis took hold, pushing him towards an unthinkable act. Overcome by delusions, he turned on his own mother in a moment of madness, leading to a heartbreaking and irreversible tragedy. Arrested in 1983, Gordon was finally diagnosed with schizophrenia, revealing the depth of his long-standing torment. Though initially sentenced to 16 years in prison, concerns over his ongoing risk to society led to repeated denials of parole, keeping him incarcerated indefinitely. His story underscores the complexities of mental illness and the devastating consequences of neglecting proper treatment. Despite his remarkable contributions to music, Gordon's life stands as a sobering reminder of the silent battles many face and the urgent need for greater awareness and support for mental health issues. In downtown Los Angeles, Zach Avery, a struggling actor with big dreams but limited success, found himself caught in the relentless cycle of auditions and rejections. Frustrated and eager for a breakthrough, he devised an audacious scheme. From 2014 to 2019, he reinvented himself as a charismatic con artist, spinning elaborate lies to lure investors, including close friends and family, into his fraudulent movie rights operation. By falsely promising lucrative deals with streaming giants like Netflix and HBO, Zach amassed a fortune built on deception. But beneath the illusion of success lurked a devastating truth. His empire was nothing more than a carefully crafted lie. In reality, Zach was orchestrating a classic Ponzi scheme, using funds from new investors to cover old debts while prolonging his deception. But his web of lies eventually unraveled, and the law caught up with him. Sentenced to 20 years in prison, Zach was forced to confront the consequences of his greed and was ordered to repay over $230 million to his defrauded victims. As he now sits behind bars, his spectacular downfall stands as a chilling warning, reminding Hollywood and beyond that shortcuts built on deception lead only to ruin. Toby Willis was once the respected patriarch of the Willis clan, a musical family that charmed audiences on their TLC reality show. With his 12 children, the talented group won over fans and even reached the quarterfinals of America's Got Talent in 2014, earning nationwide admiration. However, the shocking truth behind their story would later come to light, unraveling the image of the once beloved family. But few were aware of the dark truth hidden behind the image of the Willis family, a secret that could have destroyed their entire reputation. Beneath the warm and loving facade of the family lay a horrifying reality. Toby Willis was, in fact, an unlawful sexual predator, targeting 4 girls, including his 3 daughters and a relative, while they were under the age of 18. This heartbreaking truth came to light in 2016 when a brave victim decided to speak out and report the abuse to authorities. Toby Willis was arrested, and even more disturbing details were uncovered. In 2017, he pleaded guilty to 4 counts of sexual abuse of a minor, permanently tarnishing the image he had built in the public eye. He was subsequently sentenced to 40 years in prison without the possibility of parole, and ordered to pay a staggering $1.4 million to his victims. Additionally, he was required to register as a sex offender for life. The repercussions of his heinous crimes rippled through his entire family. Ryan Grantham, a 24-year-old actor known for his work in television and film, stunned the world in 2020 with a shocking and unforgivable crime. He pleaded guilty to second-degree murder for the brutal killing of his mother, Barbara Waite, and was sentenced to life in prison, with no chance of parole for 14 years. During a June hearing in Vancouver, the court heard chilling details of the case. On March 31, 2020, Grantham shot his 64-year-old mother in the back of the head while she was playing the piano. Even more disturbingly, he recorded a video confession and concealed her body, revealing the calculated nature of his actions. The shocking story didn't end there. The day after the murder, Grantham packed his car with 3 guns, ammunition, 12 Molotov cocktails, and camping gear, intending to assassinate Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. However, he ultimately abandoned the plan and instead turned himself in to Vancouver police. Presiding Judge Kathleen Kerr described his decision to surrender as his saving grace. Psychiatric evaluations presented in court revealed that Grantham had been battling severe depression for months before the crime, expressing deep self-hatred and suicidal thoughts. According to CBC, the court determined that he killed his mother to spare her from witnessing the violence he had initially planned. R. Kelly, Robert, faced legal troubles dating back to the 1990s, but it wasn't until 2021 that he was formally indicted. Once one of the most successful R&B artists of the early 2000s, he is now serving a prison sentence for crimes including human trafficking and sexual abuse. His controversies first surfaced in 1994 when he was accused of coercing singer Aaliyah into falsifying her birth certificate to facilitate their marriage while she was still underage. Shocking allegations continued to surface in the years that followed, including claims that R. Kelly harmed a woman in 1996. By 2002, disturbing videos depicting his misconduct with minors had spread widely, and authorities confiscated a camera containing illicit images. However, despite the mounting evidence, the charges were ultimately dismissed due to a lack of sufficient definitive proof. Yet, the case was far from over. R. Kelly faced further accusations of holding multiple women captive in an abusive environment. As more details emerged, numerous survivors bravely stepped forward to share their experiences. Their testimonies played a crucial role in his conviction, leading to a 30-year prison sentence handed down in June 2022. Zara Fithian, 39, and her husband, Victor Mark, 59, recently faced trial at Nottingham Crown Court in the UK, where they were convicted of 14 counts of sexual abuse. Their crimes took place from 2005 to 2008, when the victim was still a minor. According to BBC, testimony from the victim, identified as A, detailed the couple's brutal abuse. The victim reported being threatened into silence and feeling unable to escape the situation. Victor Mark also faces 4 additional charges after a second woman accused him of sexually abusing her between 2002 and 2003 when she was under 18. Senior Investigation Officer Parander Dillon commended both victims for their bravery in coming forward and expressed hope that the sentencing would offer them some measure of closure. He further stressed that this case should serve as a stark warning to others, reinforcing the importance of justice for survivors. Tay-K, one of the youngest artists on this list, is currently serving a 55-year prison sentence. In 2017, he was making waves in the hip-hop scene as his breakout hit, The Race, climbed the Billboard Hot 100 chart. But his rising career took a drastic turn on the very day the song was released. After spending 3 months on the run, authorities finally caught up with him, leading to his arrest. However, Tay-K's legal troubles ran far deeper, as he was soon linked to multiple serious criminal cases. In 2016, Tay-K took part in a home invasion that resulted in the death of a young man named Ethan Walker. The initial plan was to rob a drug dealer and his friends. Tay was placed under house arrest for these charges, but that wasn't his style. He cut off his ankle monitor and fled, even bragging about it on Twitter, daring the police to catch him. While on the run, Tay-K's legal troubles escalated when he participated in a robbery that led to a man's death outside a Chick-fil-A in Texas. Adding to his crimes, he also assaulted and robbed a 65-year-old man who later identified him to the police. Since his arrest in 2017, Tay-K has remained in custody with a minimum of 27.5 years to serve before he is eligible for parole, sealing his fate behind bars for decades to come. Joe Son, best known for his small role in the first Austin Powers film, gained notoriety not for his acting but for his criminal past. His life spiraled into darkness with convictions for brutal crimes, including sexual assault, torture, and manslaughter. In 2011, he was found guilty of abducting and assaulting a woman in Huntington Beach. While serving his sentence, he was later charged with the killing of his cellmate, Michael Graham, further cementing his reputation as a violent offender. Joe Son's criminal past began in 1990 with a horrific case involving kidnapping, sexual assault, and death threats against a woman on Christmas Eve. He initially escaped justice, but was later identified through DNA evidence after a felony vandalism conviction. Though he had a fleeting moment in Hollywood, his heinous crimes overshadowed any career aspirations. His violent nature not only led to a life behind bars, but also played a role in his eventual demise while incarcerated. His story stands as a grim testament to the devastating impact of unchecked criminal behavior, highlighting the lasting damage inflicted on victims and society. Kalen Rashad Walker exemplifies the dark side of influence and deception in the digital age. Using his public persona and social media presence, he carefully constructed a false sense of trust and opportunity to lure victims. Walker not only misled, but also preyed upon the admiration and hopes of young women, exploiting their vulnerability for his own gain. His actions reveal the dangers of misplaced trust in public figures and the devastating consequences of manipulation. Walker's 50-year prison sentence marks a crucial step toward justice, reinforcing the importance of holding sexual predators accountable. However, ongoing efforts to enhance victim protections and refine the legal system remain essential. His case serves as a stark reminder of the need to safeguard vulnerable individuals while ensuring that those who exploit and harm others face the full weight of the law. Adidja Palmer, widely recognized as Vybz Kartel, rose to international fame as a reggae and dancehall icon. However, his career took a dark turn when he allegedly became entangled in a dispute over a missing firearm, which he believed Clive "Lizard" Williams had stolen. In response, Kartel was accused of orchestrating Williams's murder. Unlike another musician we'll discuss later in this video, who ended up in prison after mistakenly attacking an innocent homeless man, Kartel's legal troubles stemmed from a calculated act of retaliation that led to his downfall. On December 29, 2011, authorities arrested Vybz Kartel on charges of drug possession and illegal firearms. Though he was granted bail for these offenses, he remained in custody due to his alleged role in Clive Williams' murder. His trial faced multiple setbacks, including a 3-year delay caused by difficulties in selecting a jury. Finally, on November 18, 2013, after a marathon 65-day trial, one of the longest in Jamaica's history, an 11-member jury found him guilty. As a result, Cartel was sentenced to life in prison, with eligibility for parole after 32 years and 6 months, meaning his earliest possible release would be in 2046. Bill Cosby, once revered as America's dad for his iconic role in The Cosby Show, saw his legacy crumble in a dramatic fall from grace. He became the first high-profile celebrity of the Me Too movement to be sentenced to prison for his crimes. Judge Stephen O'Neill, overseeing the case at the Montgomery County Courthouse in Norristown, Pennsylvania, delivered the ruling with firm resolve, emphasizing that justice could no longer be delayed. Bill Cosby, once adored as America's dad for his role in The Cosby Show, saw his career and reputation collapse under the weight of scandal. He became the first major celebrity of the Me Too movement to be sentenced to prison for his crimes. Judge Stephen O'Neill, overseeing the case at the Montgomery County Courthouse in Norristown, Pennsylvania, delivered the verdict with unwavering resolve, declaring that justice could no longer be denied. Though Cosby showed little visible reaction as the sentence was handed down, later reports suggested he appeared relaxed, even smiling and chatting with his legal team. Given the opportunity to address the court before sentencing, he chose to remain silent. However, the conversation about his crimes continues to echo in legal circles, serving as a stark reminder that neither fame nor wealth can shield anyone from justice. Before young Thug rose to fame with hits like Pick Up the Phone and Lifestyle, he was allegedly entangled in gang-related activities. On May 9, 2022, he was arrested on charges of conspiracy and gang involvement, with allegations stretching back to 2013. In total, he faces 56 charges, many of which are severe. One particularly damning accusation ties him to the rental of an Infiniti Q50 sedan, which was reportedly used in the murder of rival gang member Donovan Thomas Jr. Beyond the conspiracy and gang-related charges, young Thug faced additional legal trouble following a police raid on his home. Authorities charged him with possession of controlled substances with intent to distribute, and they uncovered a cache of dangerous weapons, including sawed-off shotguns and rifles. More gang-related charges were subsequently added to his record. As a known affiliate of the YSL Street Gang, he is among 28 individuals facing prosecution. Currently in custody, he awaits trial scheduled for January 9, 2023. If convicted, he could be sentenced to up to 20 years in prison. Austin Jones gained popularity through his YouTube singing videos, performing covers and original songs that amassed over 500,000 subscribers and millions of views. However, in 2015, his rising career took a sudden hit when he abruptly canceled his scheduled appearance on the Vans Warped Tour. Soon after, he uploaded a YouTube video addressing the allegations against him, expressing remorse for his actions. On June 9, 2017, authorities executed a search warrant at Jones's home, issued by a U.S. federal judge. Later that day, he was arrested at O'Hare International Airport. On May 3, 2019, he was sentenced to 10 years in federal prison. During the investigation, shocking details emerged, revealing that multiple individuals had attempted to conceal his misconduct. As a consequence, YouTube permanently removed his channel. Danny Masterson's life is a stark example of success tainted by scandal. Born in Long Island, New York in 1976, he rose to fame as Stephen Hyde in the hit series That 70s Show, winning over audiences with his enigmatic persona. However, his career took a dramatic downturn in the mid-2000s and 10s when serious allegations of sexual assault emerged, shattering his once glowing reputation. The turning point came in June 2020, when Masterson was formally charged with 3 counts of sexual assault, marking the beginning of his legal downfall. Danny Masterson's legal troubles have overshadowed both his personal and professional life, casting a dark cloud over his once thriving career. The fallout was immediate, as his talent agency swiftly cut ties, leaving him isolated from an industry that once celebrated him. As of 2023, at 47 years old, Masterson remains entangled in legal uncertainty. His case continues to spark discussions on the intersection of fame, power, and accountability in Hollywood. The final verdict will inevitably shape his future, leaving a lasting mark on both his career and personal legacy. The murder case of C Murder drew widespread attention in 2003 when the former rapper was arrested for the killing of 16-year-old fan Stephen Thomas. Corey Miller, better known by his stage name C Murder, has consistently asserted his innocence. The incident originated from a rap battle in 2002 when Thomas accidentally bumped into a member of C Murder's group, sparking a violent confrontation that ended with Thomas being fatally shot. Key developments later emerged when 2 witnesses testified that they had been pressured by authorities into identifying C Murder as the shooter, casting doubt on the integrity of the case. Darnell Jordan, a security guard at the scene, later revealed that he was arrested and detained until he agreed to testify against C Murder. The case gained renewed attention in 2020 when Kim Kardashian publicly advocated for a re-examination of the evidence, aiming to uncover the truth. Despite her efforts, C Murder remains behind bars, serving a life sentence. His only path to freedom lies in presenting compelling new evidence that not only proves his innocence, but also identifies the true perpetrator of the crime that unfolded on that fateful night. Thank you for watching today's video about the stars currently rotting in prison. We hope these stories have given you a better understanding of their lives in challenging circumstances and the pressures they face. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss any exciting content in the future. See you in the next video.